Hey yo, how's it going everybody? I hope that you're all doing very, very well today. Import Face Off, otherwise known as IFO, is the event that I'm going to be going to today. I've had a couple friends of mine / coworkers try to get me to come out to this event before. However, in years prior, I did not really have a car that I would necessarily take down there. So for both today and tomorrow, from when I'm filming this, I will be heading down to IFO, and I will also be taking my baby down there, and maybe take her down and test her out a little bit. But before we get into that, I do have a few things that I need to do with her to get her prepared for IFO. So that is what we're going to be going and doing right now. And I'm going to go ahead and take you guys along for the ride. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right to it. In all honesty, the first thing that this baby needs is a bath. I did recently just get her back from... Nice. I did recently just get her back from the shop. She was in the shop for a little while, getting some work done up there that I will reveal in a video that is soon to come. However, she did get very, very dirty while she was in the shop. I already did kind of a top layer wash on it, and by top layer wash, I mean I rinsed it off with a hose because it was quite literally that bad. As well as check all of her fluids and make sure that she is in proper working condition for testing. And along with that, I'm actually going to be testing her out today as well and seeing if she's going to be able to perform when she gets on the track. Alrighty, we have officially made it to the shop. Just got clearance, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the Challenger up on a lift, check out the underside of her, and make sure she's all nice and right. Alrighty, got her in the shop now, so let's go ahead and check her out. Oil's looking like it's at a pretty good level and actually pretty clean too, which is kind of surprising for, one of these kinds of performance motors having as high of mileage as it does. But yeah, it's looking pretty clean and looks like it's at the full line, so very good there. Come on, get in the hole, That's is good. Belts are looking good too. No cracks to be seen there, although I kind of already figured out with only 50,000 miles on this thing. It smells like oil because when they put this thing back together, it was very dirty. This lift is ridiculously slow. Alrighty, we got her up in the air now. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little fleshlight and check out what's going on underneath here. I see when they put my engine back together, they forgot my skid plate, which it's definitely not nice. I definitely am gonna need that, so I'm gonna go be a gigantic, very lovely person about that. It also looks like they did not clean up their mess from when they put the motor back together, and like I said, I'll explain why they had to do that in a upcoming video. But looks like they definitely did not clean up their oil mess, which definitely would explain why, when I've been driving it the last couple days, why it smells like fucking oil. Trying to blow AC, trying to get it to smell like some nice, chemical guys, black ice and all that, and all I just smell is straight fucking burning dead dinosaurs. One of these components over here is looking good. Looks like we have a little bit of seepage going on here on my lower ball joint. Is a tad bit concerning, but fine, we'll worry about that later. Kind of the same case over here, so lovely. We'll probably both go out at the same time. That'll be great. I did do a rear differential gear oil change a little while back at the same time that I did a coolant flush, so I know that is operating all well and that it does spin very nicely. Everything back here is looking good. All the Brimbos are looking good too. I know that they function very well. Mostly from the fact that I've had to stop a couple times going a very legal speed. Everything's looking good here too, and overall it's actually in pretty good condition. That's one of the things that definitely surprised me the most about this car. For being a car that's over a decade old at this point, there's not really a lot of rust going on under here, which is a very nice thing, to be honest. On my 2023 Charger that I had, there was actually a ridiculous amount of rust under it, probably just from the fact that it was sitting for a while on the lot, and also it was shipped from an area that I can't remember exactly where it was shipped from. All I just know is that it is an area that is definitely known for lots of rusty vehicles. So you can imagine when I found a vehicle that's over a decade old that had quite literally no rust under it, it was like, holy shit, that's pretty good. Anyways, I think I'm just probably gonna clean up the underside here and try and find my skid plate, which I know is somewhere in the shop. And yeah, then we'll go ahead and bring her on down and get to the rest of what I gotta do to prepare this thing for import face off. Right, just pulled her out of the shop right now, took care of everything on the underside of it, Everything's looking good mechanically, so now we're going to do a little bit of cleaning in her. I would take care of the exterior right now, but I'm actually going to do that later on today because I am going to go ahead and test out some of the features on this. Wouldn't really make any sense to go ahead and get her all nice and shined up, then go and take her on a bunch of dirt roads and get her all dirty again. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and take care of some parts on the inside of this. There's just a lot of dust on here. It is overall pretty clean, but there's, you know, just some dust and a couple different dirt and scuff marks, and need to also take care of the floors as well. And the door jambs as well are looking absolutely filthy, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of those as well. For the actual inside parts, like the plastics and all that, I'm gonna be using some of this Inner Clean Chemical Guys spray stuff. Makes it smell like bananas. It's very nice. And as for the door jambs, I'm going to be using some of this Quick Shine orange shit that I found that actually worked pretty well in a different vehicle that I detailed a little while ago. This stuff works ridiculously well on these metal parts, as you can see right here. I mean, I just wiped this thing off and it's already looking brand new and very shiny. You like shiny things? Alrighty, just got her all nice and shined up on the inside. Looking very lovely. These door hinges look so much better than they did before. Very nice and shiny. Except for that, which I missed. And like I said earlier, before I go ahead and do the outside of this thing, I do want to test out a couple different features just to make sure they work fine. Alrighty, so we finally got out to the testing grounds and I'm going to try and attempt a launch in this Dodge Challenger SRT8. I've looked everywhere on YouTube, I've looked everywhere on Google, Safari, literally everywhere, and there is no video out there explaining how to actually use the launch control in this older model. Well, by 2023 Charger, it was actually ridiculously easy. It was literally just full brake, full gas, off brake, go. However, in this thing, the last time I tried, it went full brake, full gas, full burnout. So I'm gonna try and play around with it a little bit, see if I can actually get it to do the proper launch. I'm gonna go ahead and equip the POV and get right to it. So like I said, the last time that I attempted this, all I did was a burnout, and I actually could not figure out anywhere where I could get instructions on how to do it. There we go, tighten it down. Oh, my head hurts like a bitch. Lovely stuff. All right, we got it on track mode. I'm gonna go ahead and do a double traction control off. Launch control enabled to apply throttle faster. Okay. So. All right. That was actually a pretty decent launch. I did do a little bit of a burnout there, so not particularly happy about that one. However, I don't know what it is about the Dodge that makes it not spin when it comes off, because I know when I try and launch it on the track, they're not gonna want me spinning tires, so it is interesting. Maybe I am just being an absolute buffoon and not knowing how to launch this. Put this thing in track mode. Oh. Huh. That was weird. So it did hold it that time, but for some reason, it just canceled out last second. Why are you so confusing? probably the worst launch yet. What the fuck? All right, you know what? I'm done testing this out for now. Just gonna go ahead and say screw it and test it out when I get down to the track. For now, let's go ahead and continue on with today's nefarious activities. Every car guy's favorite part of the day. Brother. There we go. And there goes my bank account. I have found a fellow member of the challenged community. All right, real question is, which one of these two look better? Leave down in the comments below. All right, well, I just emptied my entire retirement plan into my gas tank. I'm gonna go ahead and run a few extra errands that aren't related to the IFO preparation. And then here in a little while, we'll go ahead and get right back to it. All right, just had a little bit of a time skip, but we are now officially all packed and ready. I didn't end up washing the car, plus I feel like I was gonna get dirty anyways on the way down there, so what's really the point? I was supposed to roll with some fellas down to IFO, however, plans didn't end up aligning. I'm going to meet up with them when I end up getting down there, but we're just obviously taking separate ways. Now, I suppose it is time to drive. All right, so we just had quite a bit of a yikes. There was an accident on the highway that I was taking down to get to the drag strip, and they ended up shutting it down for a grand total of 4 hours. So we're currently rerouting back the way that I came, and I'm hopefully going to find an area or a route, not area, what the hell am I talking about? Hopefully gonna find a route that will take me directly to there without having to basically loop around the entirety of fucking Oregon to do it, so we will see. All right, a little update on the situation. We finally got through. I had to take a extremely long route around that little blockade that was going on, and it was very twisty, very windy. Feel a little bit car sick from it, but it's all right. We're now officially back on the highway, and we are heading off to the drag strip, which is probably gonna be done doing all the cool shit by the time I get there, but it's all right. We got plenty of time for cool shit tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on this little trench of mine, and I will pick this back up when I am at the drag strip. All right, so I know you can't see me, but we have officially made it to the import face-off racetrack. And it is ridiculously late at night, so your boy is gonna go ahead and go to sleep now. But I will catch you all tomorrow morning when we are going to be doing the actual IFO events like the drag race, check out the burnout competition, and whatever else the event has to offer us. And yeah, I guess I will see you all tomorrow morning. Peace.